Hey everyone, we have a 2.53 release coming out, or it is out by the time you've seen this video, hopefully. A number of items we've added in the platform for you based on customer requests, in addition to a lot of bug smashing. So identified a number of bugs that you mentioned, so we appreciate all of that. So I kind of want to just quickly go through some of these items for you, and then you can always reach out if you have additional questions, and we may address these in upcoming mastermind. As we continue to push into providing better optics into how you interact with your vendors, we've added some additional vendor types into the platform. So if you go into vendors, you can see now you can segment the deals that you're pushing and the deals that leads you may be getting from your vendors, and adding the ability to see utility, roofers, septic inspectors, and housekeepers are some new vendor types. So that's some of the new vendors we've added into the system. Next item I wanted to show you is leaderboards have always provided some nice visual, visual overview and keep your agents motivated depending on the lead or lag measure that you're tracking. Now we've also added what percent of total as part of that leaderboard, so you get a percentage allocation breakdown. So in this example of closed units, what agents are, by count doing the most of your closed transactions. Now you get a nice, nice pie chart with every one of your leaderboards that gets displayed. So again, just better ways to relate or better way to convey the data to your agents might have a little bit better impact on how they're going to perform. Next item I kind of want to really show you is the ability to, again, as we continue to add more and more capability to the transaction screen, as we move, getting more customers that are using it fully for transaction management, we give you new additional filter capability in the filter drawer itself. So currently, we're going to add these to more fields in the future, but now you do have the ability in your date screen to search on any date, not just a begin date or an end date, but if there is no date. So that's called either a null date, that'll be the term for it, but essentially I can now come in here and say, let's get an example here of maybe you want to check all your forecasted, all your transactions where there is no forecasted close date, if that's a requirement for your team. All you need to do is just leave the fields blank and hit filter, and you can see now up at the top of your screen, we're looking for any transaction where there are no dates of a forecasted close date. So really nice feature so that you can kind of keep your transactions nice and clean, do any other type of reporting you need to. And today it works only on the date field. In the future, like I said, we will be adding that to more fields in the system itself. So next item I want to show you is the ability to merge your lead sources together. So you're all spending a lot of money likely on leads, or you have disparate lead sources for your transactions. Now you have the ability, let's say for example, you either accidentally created different, one lead source you wanted to merge into the other, or maybe you wanted to kind of do some functional groupings on, maybe certain type of Facebook type of ads. You wanted to group Facebook ads together. So it's really a nice feature now just to be able to come in here, and I'll show you just to kind of give you an idea how it works. For example, I wanted to merge this B10 sign call, and I wanted to merge these BNI together, just an example in my sample database. Now all I have to do is click on the button at the top of merge checked, and I'm going to call that merged lead source new lead source. Okay, so now by doing that, I have a new lead source that has aggregated all the lead sources from the two merged. So that's a nice feature just to kind of either do some aggregation or to clean up some of your historical lead sources itself. Another item I kind of want to show you that we just added to the system is in your reports, you have always had an active and buyer's view of all your transactions, which gives you some really good optics into all your whether it's signed listings, live listings, listings under contract, or any of those groupings. Now you do have the ability to come in and actually edit those transactions from here, much like your transaction screen. So make just another way to get at the transaction if you want to make some changes based on, rather than going to the transaction screen. So we appreciate the enhancement request on that. Next item I want to show you is for those of you that do have integrations to Boomtown or Follow Up Boss, FirePoint. We're adding more and more every month. You obviously are getting your lead data to automatically come into Sisu as far as the lead source itself, so that you can come into an example here, go into your lead source ROI and really get some good optics into where your leads are coming from, and where your leads are coming from and the expenses based on those leads. What is the best return on investment for the lead source? So that's very highly valuable to you to have that information. So much of you, I don't know percentage-wise, but a significant portion of you have your leads coming over from your CRM vendor automatically, and then obviously some of you do not. But as you're aware, the lead, when it comes into your CRM system, is likely getting handed off to a different agent at any given time. So that lead owner may not always be the one that eventually gets it. But still, you need the ability to come in and to determine your lead ROI, not just for your overall team or roll-up of brokerage, but drilling into agent level ROI analysis for your leads itself. So what we've provided for you, really it only needs to be done once a month to give you some really good optics into the return on investment down to the agent level, is you come into admin, you come into your lead sources where we just were, and you click on counts and expenses. You've always had the ability to say, based on your, based on the specific lead, well, let's pick a different lead source here. Let's just, for the sake of the example here, let's just pick Chase Bank Referral. So I've always had the ability to put the monthly expense for that lead in addition to the total count of those leads. So that's, that's something we've always had the ability. Now, if you're tracking your leads per agent every month, you can be tracking it in a bunch of different spots, obviously in your CRM and running CRM reports. Now you can allocate those leads on a monthly basis for reporting purposes. So you really do get a return on investment review per lead per agent, which is an obvious, some obvious value to determine what lead should be distributed to agents based on their ability to convert those into sold transactions. So the last item I wanted to show you is we continue our next big release of Sisu will have the ability for team leaders to come into your team settings, forms, and fields, and having the ability to add your own fields yourself. That is upcoming. We're working on that now, so you don't have to rely on us to add those fields. You'll have the ability to do that. Until then, we've added a whole new slew of additional fields for you to use in your transaction screens for your reporting and for to manage your local, your unique requirement. So that list of fields are all in the KB article if you want to now take advantage of those. And then watch for the next big upcoming release we will have that will give you the ability to create your own fields yourself, and then obviously kind of clean up this big list that a lot of these fields you really may not use. So having the ability to create your own fields will give you obviously some ownership of your own system, and then keep that list nice and clean. So thanks again for all the input over the last, since the last release sprint. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to talking to you hopefully on next Mastermind or by chat or on the phone. Talk to you soon. Bye.